After months of speculating how would Darth Sidious execute his plan, Star Wars finally revealed his first and backup plan with the release of The Rise of Skywalker. At the end of Episode 9, Darth Sidious revealed to Rey that he wants her to kill him so that his spirit can fuse with hers and she de facto becomes the Empress of the Sith. However, many were puzzled that if this was true and if the plan would work as stated, then why did he bother grooming an apprentice like Kylo Ren? He spends most of the movie talking to the last Skywalker. If Sidious wasn't aware that Rey had powers early on when she was a child, he quickly would become aware of it through Snoke, since Snoke was his own puppet, and yet speculations were flowing that instead of focusing on getting Rey to Exegol, he orders for her to be killed, raising a lot of questions by the time we get to the end of the movie. With the release of The Rise of Skywalker, we see Palpatine's true intentions. By watching the prequels and Return of the Jedi, you can clearly understand that in The Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine is just being a master manipulator, and any word he speaks should not be taken in face value. Palpatine was always a person that has a plan A and a plan B wrapped up together. This is how he got Dooku and Anakin to fight against each other, testing both as to who would survive. If Dooku had accidentally killed Anakin, plan B would have been Count Dooku for sure. He had another similar situation with Luke and Vader. Their last fight aboard the second Death Star was the ultimate test between two Skywalkers. Was Vader the still resilient Sith that he once was in his younger days, or is the younger Luke now going to take his place? Both plans would ultimately work, as Sidious was so cunning and so pragmatic that at points Vader and other Sith would toy with the idea that Darth Sidious could actually predict the future. In The Rise of Skywalker, it sure seemed that he is eager for Rey to kill him, but the movie reveals that might not have been his primary goal. His preferred course of action is the one he's executing when Rey shows up, raising his fleet and reassuming direct control of the galaxy. Snoke and Kylo Ren were just means to that end. Episode 7 and 8 shows us that during that time Palpatine's body was still being regenerated. During that time Palpatine was vulnerable and he knew it. He needed to use Force users like Snoke and Kylo to execute his will, which would be better than exposing himself in that vulnerable state. By operating in the shadows while his body is being regenerated and reconstructed, he was able to keep the attention off of him and on disposable pawns that could be replaced if defeated without affecting the assembly of the First Order fleet. It is during the point in the movie when Kylo Ren fails to kill Rey and then shows up on Exegol unannounced that Palpatine senses the light in him. It is at this point that Palpatine moves to a plan B. His best option, given his weakened state, is to use both her niece Palpatine and the last Skywalker for his own gain. This point is further hammered home once he realizes that these two, Rey and Ben, are dyads in the Force. He sees an opportunity to fully restore his power and takes it so that he can resume his original plan of raising his fleet and once more dominating the galaxy, as he had decades ago. However, if from the start Rey was going to be a part of Plan A, meaning joining the Sith and becoming the Empress, Sidious ultimately wouldn't have tried to kill her. Transferring your essence to another individual is not anything new that we've come upon Star Wars. In the expanded universe or in Legends, it is very much a formidable act. In fact, it was Darth Plagueis who kind of mastered this Force power. And as we all know, Plagueis was the master of Darth Sidious. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and Sidious was executing a Plagueis plan in the end. What did you guys think about the movie and this specific scene? Talk to me down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.